Okay, so we're going to go over Revelations 13 in the King James Version. I want to debunk this. Um, the problem that I have with this is the Lamb. I just did a video. My previous video is about there is no other Savior besides me. The problem is the beast. Okay, so what the beast is again, this is a situation where there are anointed ones and they are not to be praised. Moses was not to be praised. Um, King David was not to be praised. Now you can look up to men. You can say, they're good leaders. David, of course, was a great king. God loved him. The Creator loved him. Also, there are going to be anointed ones that come out that, that they you know they're anointed in the end times, but they're not to be looked up to as God or gods or the Creator. They're not saviors, they're just anointed. Now we're going to go over here this. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened up his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. All that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Okay, so let's go over this real quick. There is no book of life of the Lamb. The book of life is in Isaiah 11, and in Isaiah 11, it tells you who's written in the book of life. You'll have to go over to it, but it's not the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb is just a character here. If you have an understanding of the Tanakh, you would understand that the Lamb is just the servant of the Lord. It's not his book of life. So let's continue. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, so what they're trying to tell you is, with this character, the lamb with 2 horns, is, in my opinion, the lamb with 2 horns, could be the lamb in Isaiah, or it could be a different lamb, which would represent the Protestant and the Catholic Church. It says 2 horns. Catholicism started Christianity, and with Martin Luther, it separated from the Catholic Church and it started its own branch, thus being 2 horns. Okay, so it could be the lamb in Isaiah as well, that the lamb in Isaiah, that particular person might have been confused about the 2 people, that there's anointed ones that are the leopard, the lamb that had the feet of a bear, which is their foundation. The bear is their foundation. Anyhow, he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, which is the leopard, lion, and the feet of a bear, which is their foundation. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind, that this lamb with two horns will convince people to worship the first beast. You know, you're not supposed to worship the first beast. You're not supposed to. There's no savior but the Creator. Period. There's no Jesus. There are anointed men, which the term Mashiach in Hebrew comes from. That just means these men are anointed. There is no Jesus. You know, Jesus is like the Easter Bunny, like Santa Claus. I mean, Christianity does not partake in any of the feast days. They've corrupted all the feast days. There's Passover, the Hebrew Passover, and they've corrupted it. They corrupted the Passover, and now it's called Easter, where you have bunnies, fertility, that lay eggs of all things, and little children going around. This is a corruption of the Most High's word. Anyhow, he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. So, the image of the beast, you're not supposed to make graven images. Period. Okay? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the image of the beast would be the lamb, the mouth of a lion, the leopard with the foundation, the feet as a bear. That's the image, and you're not supposed to worship that. In my opinion, the bear is Hollywood, California. If you look at the California state map, the feet of the bear, California's symbol is a bear. So let's talk about an image that makes an image to the beast, that you might worship the first beast. The first beast, would be Hollywood. That's what it would be. Make an image to the beast. Hollywood. Everybody has TVs. Everybody watch movies. Pretty much everybody's worshiping television instead of worshiping the Creator. That's what it's saying here. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. See, this is where Christianity's trying to trick you. They're trying to trick you. There's going to be a seal of God. The seal of God. If you have the seal of God in your forehead, you belong to the Creator, whether you be a stranger or whether you be Hebrew. If you join yourself to the Hebrews and you circumcise your heart and you circumcise your flesh, which is circumcision of the flesh, we all know what that is, your penis. And you circumcise your heart and you change and you learn the ways of the way that the Most High wants you to act, then you belong to Him. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, I've done this gematria where you spell out the name Jesus, Jesus, S-U-S, in gematria. If you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and so on, and then you go from 7 you go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you do that all the way through the alphabet, you'll come up with the number for Zeus, which would be 666. The J was never invented. The E that comes before the 66 part, the SUS part, that's number 5. But the last part of it is 666. Also, a mark. A mark can be considered the letter T, the cross. If you use your right hand, like the Catholics do, and you put it to your forehead, and you put it down to your chest, and then over to your left and to your right, you're using your right hand and your forehead. The mark could be the cross, the T shape, Tav. You know, people need to research. That's all I've really got to say about this. You're not supposed to worship any man. You're not supposed to worship any man. If you worship a man, that's idolatry. People, you need to keep this in mind. You need to keep this in mind. I don't even like teaching from the book of Revelations or anything from the New Testament, but people need to know this. We are in the end times, and people like to focus on the New Testament. So this is my explanation of the New Testament, Revelations chapter 13. You're not supposed to worship anything but the Creator. The Creator, His chosen are the Hebrews, are the Israelites, and Judah. And you're not supposed to worship anything but Him. Thank you.